Hey guys, welcome back to BachMakers, your favorite show that recaps all things Bachelor Nation. Before we continue with this episode, we're going to ask you very nicely, Michael, please deliver the news.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And share.
In that order, or reverse the order. It doesn't matter to us. Just do those things. Helps us. Enjoy this episode. We'll see you in the episode. Just keep watching. All right. Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to BachMakers, presented by Good Time Media. I'm Wyatt. That's Michael. And today we have a very special guest joining the recap crew. We have Jonah from Bracketology. Anyone who's in our league, you are you're using that app. You're using Bracketology. Jonah, happy to have you. Welcome.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So we're gonna get into all things week 2 with Joan. A fairly straightforward episode, I would say. Michael, you agreed?
Yeah, I actually wasn't able to watch the first 10 minutes because ABC apparently doesn't have an app anymore on the Roku, and so I had to get YouTube TV to watch it on the fly. But it was a good episode regardless. I got there right in time for the prom, which wholesome to say the least.
Yeah, I was expecting to get a villain this week, and we just didn't. I was hoping it was going to be Jack. Pascal's close.
I think Kim's close.
I feel like Kim villain edit as well.
Yeah.
I feel like Kim's just mad. I don't think he's mad at other people. He's just like pissed off.
Fair. But Pascal is definitely close too.
It'll be interesting. I think one of them's got to emerge as the true villain.
I've got a good Pascal fact for you guys.
Oh, let's go.
So he is was my mother, my aunt, and my cousin's hairdresser.
Oh.
In the suburbs of Chicago.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. Did they pay $160 for a haircut?
Pre-Pascal inflation, I think. This was about a decade ago, is my guess. But he was working at a nice salon, and I've met him before. I was way, way younger, but they saw him for years.
Wow, hell yeah. He's a character. He's one of one. He's definitely one of the more interesting guys we have on this show. So that's love to hear. Maybe he'll be the villain. We'll find out. All right, let's hop into some quotes of the week. I'm going to say like 4 or 5 written down. Mike, do you want to start? What do you have?
I just got a lot of blobs, a lot of stuff, some quotes, some camera cuts.
I have one from the first 10 minutes. If you missed that.
Okay. Yeah, then I missed that.
Pascal saying, I haven't done my own laundry in 40 years.
And I haven't done my laundry in over 40 years. Who could help me to do my laundry?
That's crazy. Like that's a privileged thought right there, Pascal. That's crazy.
That makes sense why Greg was doing his laundry then. I was kind of confused why Greg was doing Pascal's laundry. I was like, is this to make up for Greg's snoring problem? Like what is the context there? So that does make sense.
There you go.
But still,
Pascal paying him $100 a load for that laundry.
What? That's what it is?
A load. It's the going rate.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No wonder Greg was folding his socks and everything. Oh my God. For $100, I'd color code your socks and everything. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Jonah, you got any quotes from this episode?
Very early on. I love a good intro, and the first scene we have to Medicare, to Joan, and then open the fridge, oh, pizza, which I think is really quite the statement for the season.
To 401k.
To the top.
To Medicare. To Joan. Oh, pizza!
Yeah, I think it basically sums up all we need to know there.
So the first one I had was Boozy Bob, which R.I.P. Well, not R.I.P., but he's eliminated now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was talking with Joan when he said this, or this might have been just an interview with the camera, but he was just talking about Thanksgiving at his house now that he has a gay daughter. And he was just like, it's just Bob and 27 lesbians.
It's the point where Thanksgiving comes around, and it's Dr. Bob and 27 lesbians.
Fire delivery. Great quote there.
Yeah, I wrote down. He said Dr. Bob and 27 lesbians. I said that would be a great sitcom. I would watch Dr. Bob and 27 lesbians. I would watch every
Or
episode of that.
a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reality TV show too. Greg said this. He said, "I would say it's very startling to wake up to a naked Frenchman punching you, but I can't say it's the first time."
It was very startling to wake up to a naked Frenchman punching me. On the other hand, I can't say that that's the first time it's ever happened.
I'm calling cap. There's no way, Greg. He definitely just said that to be funny. There's no way he's also in the past woken up to a naked Frenchman. If so, props to you, Greg. But what else?
I have Greg was a snorer, right?
Yeah.
So I just wrote down after they made fun of him snoring for like 5 minutes, he just says, "Apparently I'm a snorer."
Apparently I'm a snorer, but how would I know? I'm asleep when it happens.
It's great. It was just the delivery was great. The comedic timing amongst all these golden geezers it's incredible.
He also went with USA stands for untreated sleep apnea.
Yep. That was great. These guys are funny. They're funny dudes.
Yeah. I also loved Pascal just like doing Greg's snoring. Like his impression of it was like so over the top, which was pretty great. I wish they like had a video of his snoring. Like, they can have the videos at nighttime and stuff. That'd be funny if they like entered a clip of that. But
then they'd have naked Pascal just running around. They probably can't use any of that footage.
Yeah, I mean they could blur it out. They could find ways around it.
Gosh, some poor ABC intern is just scrolling through naked Pascal's ass.
Just has to watch 8 hours of footage every night of naked old men.
Oh man.
My last quote was, "Boy, Pascal can do a lot in 3 minutes."
Yeah, I'd let Pascal cut my hair. He's good. He can do that in 3 minutes. Boy, Pascal can do a lot in 3 minutes.
Joan said this.
She did.
After the cutting, and she knew what she was doing when she said that. She knew exactly the look. Jonathan wouldn't have laughed.
Oh, would have gone right over Jonathan's head.
Jiggity John would not have laughed, but Jen would appreciate it. So that one's for you, Jen.
I've got one more trifecta of Jack quotes, and us only having 4 total hours of Jack this season is really, it's not enough time. But in almost back to back order, he went, "I like my burgers mooing," when talking about the cook on the burger. He said, "Joan's so hot it made me sweat. It's cannonball time."
Like to see any pink. I love my burgers mooing. It's so hot it made me sweat. I mean, I'm sweating I'm sweating. Now that I've talked to Joan, I am ready to get my ass in the pool.
Yo, boy! It's cannonball time!
Jack's hitting the pool.
And then the very last line of the episode, obviously after his rendition of My Way, was, "This was a slice." And narrator says, "What's that?" And he says, "A slice of pie. It was good."
Take care, guys. It was a slice.
What does that mean?
Slice of pie is like good.
We need more Jack.
Oh, he's the best, man. He was the whole burger scene was incredible because they all had their own specific way. Because they're all separately the like burger cook of their family, so they all definitely have their own ways of doing things. And he was so mad when I think it was Christopher was putting barbecue sauce on all the burgers. He was like, no barbecue sauce for me. And then he kept saying, "Well, the burgers are done already," as they were still cooking. He was like, "God, they're done. They're done."
I thought it was kind of fried how he didn't do any of the cooking, even though he's a professional chef and he literally cooked for Joan night 1. Like he was kind of just walking around like judging everybody else.
Yeah.
Which it was pretty great.
He had pools to jump into.
I forgot he was a cook. I totally forgot that part.
I think he owns a restaurant in the Chicagoland area.
Mm-hmm.
I did
a
little stalking, and if true, that is a place I will need to visit ASAP.
Group trip. You let me know. I'll make the drive up.
Done.
Schererville, Indiana. It's on the.
Oh, it's in Indy.
Indiana. Yeah, it's on the Indiana side of but it's pretty much the burbs of Chicago. Like
we'll make a day out of it. That and the Horseshoe Hammond Casino, and I think we've got ourselves an evening.
Hell yeah.
And
And then
Gary Indiana post game.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. All right. One other quote I had. I'm not gonna do it justice, but when Kim found out that it was a talent show, he just had he was super excited, but his whole expression, and that's just Kim, is so deadpan. He was like, "Hey, very cool."
Yes.
You're invited to the second annual Golden Talent Showcase today.
Hey, very cool.
It was just I'm not gonna do it justice. I'll put the clip in. It was so funny to me. It just it got me for some reason. That jumped out to me. Kim, a lot of these guys are just so, again, deadpan, just even keel, just no highs, no lows. It's just really funny to watch. All right, let's get into the episode. We start out with they're just picking their beds, which is they need to do that when the normal seasons are airing. I want to see them fight over top bunk, bottom bunk. Obviously, it's more fun when you have the geezers trying to climb up the ladder. Pascal saying he sleeps naked and freaking out about not having enough closet space, which is crazy because it was just a walk-in closet. He could have easily fit.
This is just the only closet? Huh? How am I gonna put my clothes in here? No way.
A lot of clothes in there. And then Charles saying that he was the fittest of the. Speaking of Charles, everyone go King Charles merch available now. But Charles saying I'm the oldest and the most fit there was quite wholesome.
Was that closet only for Pascal?
I'm guessing it was for all of them.
That's what I figured
5
too.
in a room or 3 in a room, maybe.
It
Even
looked like
then.
he commandeered it at the end when he was showing Joan the closet. That's Pascal's territory.
He definitely has the most clothes there out of everyone. He packed multiple suitcases. He's ready to rock.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely seems like he's a very fashionista type person.
Yeah, 100. And I think he's not sharing his clothes with anyone. Usually, you see ties being shared, you see suits being shared. None of that. Pascal is not sharing anything.
Besides, maybe cutting their hair. Maybe if it gets too long. Maybe he just does girls' hairs though.
I think he only does women's hair.
Is that true?
But I mean, I feel like it's one of those things like square and rectangles. Like you can, if you cut women's hair, you should be able to cut a guy's hair. But if you cut guys' hair, you might need to do a little more work cutting, girls' hair because
that's a great math analogy there.
There you go. I like it.
That was off the dome, to be honest.
Come on. They're very pumped up every time someone's name is on a date card. It's incredible. It's wholesome, and we need to have that across the board on all these franchises. It's for the senior prom. Great name, great date setup. The standout to me was, again, I'm probably just looking for him. Charles' dance moves. Fantastic. I promise you right now, this is a promise to the people. I'm going to be making a thirst trap of Charles, him dancing during that episode. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to make it look super sexy. Charles is going to go viral.
I'm getting better and better.
Oh,
Can you believe it?
practice makes perfect.
I almost tweeted out, I need a Charles L thirst trap from this date. And then I decided, wait, I can just do that myself. So I'm going to do that. I'll put that out tomorrow.
I look forward to seeing that.
Fun.
Anyone else stand out from the prom date for you guys?
Wait, to start that, it should start with him sitting alone. You know how they pan to him sitting alone at the prom, and then the dance moves. Flip the music or the background music
with him draining some Papa shots in between.
Yeah,
he's got a good looking stroke there.
Oh yeah. I'm imagining in this.
That's what Joan said.
Come on.
Sorry.
Come on. Have some respect. I'm imagining Sexy Can I playing in the background as it transitions, like Sexy Can I, and he starts dancing. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good. What else we get from senior prom? They brought out a Grammy nominated Taylor who wasn't Taylor Swift. That pissed me off. Anyone know who that was?
No, but Jordan went on a date with her.
Yeah, they glossed over that.
The song sounded familiar, and I think the seniors knew who she was. So I think they picked the right artist, and they were genuinely excited to see her.
Yeah, they were stoked. They were like, oh my gosh. And no one watching our age was like, I know who that is. We had no idea.
See, but that's the difference because with Golden Bachelor, they can get someone that was super famous back when they were 20, 30 for cheaper. But like the regular Bachelor, Bachelorette, they can't go out and get Chappell Roan right now, that people would actually know. They gotta, get who they had the last season. Who was
Oh,
that guy? Michael. His name was Michael for Joey's season.
Not
yeah.
sure
seemed
I've
like
ever
twice.
recognized the performer that had been on the show.
It's always like small country artists.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that are like cover artists too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
that's the difference.
the Jordan situation was with him going on a date with Taylor. I can't remember her last name. Very similar to Victoria Fuller
Yeah. Which
many
is
years ago.
crazy. With Chase Rice.
Yes,
That's unbelievable. Michael, did you watch that season?
No, but I've seen that clip of like her pulling up to the concert, and she's like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
dated."
That's crazy. Which I would argue,
Intentional.
I would guess the
Yeah.
producers didn't know that backstory for Jordan.
For Jordan, yeah.
For obviously for Victoria, they 100% knew and they thought this would be hilarious because that season was the messiest season of all time. But I don't think they had any idea with Jordan. I bet it was news to them as well.
I agree. Because he they didn't really talk about it. They didn't make a big deal of it, so
Yeah.
they probably. And he said it was just a date, so like they literally could have just, I don't know, got food once.
Yeah. And then
literally just got a drink.
And then Gary, we find out, is Tina Turner's godson.
Yeah.
Which is
she's
crazy.
random.
Also, sidebar, I know I should know who Tina Turner is, but like, why do I know who Tina Turner is?
Singer.
Yeah.
I think, right? Not part of the Jackson 5 because her last name's not Jackson.
Yeah.
But she's a famous singer.
We're all very uncultured. We probably should know who she is.
I'm so glad I'm not alone here.
You're not alone here.
Yeah,
this is a safe space. You can be vulnerable.
Yeah, like I know who Tina Turner is, but like, why do I know her? Like, I know the name. As soon as he said the name, and my initial thought was, "Oh, that's cool." My second thought was, "Why is that cool?" I'm gonna have to bleep this because we're gonna get copyrighted, Mike. But
Here, I'll just skip. I don't recognize.
Oh,
it,
Proud Mary.
Yeah, that's the
Wheels
second.
keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning. Great song.
All right, there we go. Yeah, we're big.
Is she still alive?
Is she? Yeah.
Oh,
She's got a song
she
with
does What's
Kygo.
Love Got to Do with It too. What's love got to do with it?
There we go. Yeah, we're huge Tina Turner fans on this show. Let's cut that earlier part.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now we know.
Yeah, there you go. The other big part of the senior prom was Jonathan, who ended up winning, becoming prom king. It was almost nice to hear that he was still upset over high school prom, which on its surface, I was like, that's kind of dumb, but it's also kind of like, oh man, like if one of us got dumped in high school and it's still bothering us, it could still bother us in 40 years. It could still sting. It's still fresh for him. Say it, Mike. Say
You're
it,
not
Mike.
buying it.
Get over it. Get over it, kid. I'm sorry. What? Like, okay, cool, man. You got you asked girl at the prom, then she said no a week before, and 45 years later, you're still upset about it. That's kind of a little extra. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying he was saying that for attention, but he got some attention from it. So,
Do we know his relationship history yet?
Ooh.
divorced because he's got joint custody of kids. That's why he lives in Oakland, Iowa. My gosh,
You are a walking Wikipedia here.
Did you do your PowerPoint?
Yeah, he was on my PowerPoint, right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't do a PowerPoint on him, so that's it. Yeah, I don't think we have heard much about it, which is interesting. But yeah, he ends up winning prom king. He gets a rose at the. They're doing a good job of having, if you win the group date, you're actually getting quality time.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good, because we've made fun in the past where, again, we just talked with Sean, interview with him, where he won the Ken Barbie date and they just walked on the pier and walked back. So they're actually getting quality time, which is nice. Only other thing, again, I wrote down the Charles montage was awesome. We mentioned the Papa shot. He called his daughter, which, again, what's up?
There's the
Did we
backstory
establish that
here.
she's married?
I have not established anything. That is one comment. One comment said she might be married. Well, are we going to listen to every comment ever? Do you have any comments we get saying other people are going to win the season and they don't? If Reality Steve can be wrong, so can our comments, Mike.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there.
So once again, what's up?
I think that the prom date, it was the perfect opportunity for Charles to win Prom King, because that would have been crazy for the merch.
Oh, I know.
We
It
just
would have
added
been
to it.
so crazy.
I was thinking about that, and then he didn't, and I was like, well, he's still king of my heart.
He's our Prom King.
He could be if Mike Pence decides to do the right thing. Nope,
Unpack that. Unpack that one.
I'm sorry, Mike Pence is still relevant.
Yeah,
no, it's the classic. As long this is what we can overthrow Jonathan and say that the votes were the votes were fake. If Mike Pence does the right thing, he could certify.
Dead people are voting.
Yeah.
We need more votes.
There are dead people voting.
The dead people are voting. Yeah, that one went right overhead. You're too
listen.
smart for this show. You're too smart for us. It's late.
It is late. It is late. I got 4 more hours of reality TV to watch after this too.
Oh my God. Yeah. What's your schedule like on this?
Wednesday nights, crazy. We've got Golden Bachelorette. We've got Survivor. We have The Challenge. We have The Masked Singer premiering tonight, and Big Brother. So the good news is it's all mostly compact into Wednesday nights in the fall. But I have Wednesday night plans for the next 8 weeks.
Yeah. Oh man, I thought our Wednesday nights were tough, and we talk about one show. So God bless you, man. All right. So Jonathan wins that, gets a rose. Move on from there. Then we get our one-on-one date, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Disneyland, which I did look up is a 2-hour drive from the Bachelor Mansion. So quite the trip.
That's tough.
I mean, imagine Chock just had to sit there in
Probably asleep
in a cab. He probably took his nap. Everyone took naps this episode. Yeah. He took the 2-hour drive down to Disneyland. I will say this. First of all, Chock's fit kind of went hard. The tucked in polo belt, the most dad fit of all time. Chock talks like he is about to close a merger.
I'm still in the running for the one-on-one. That's absolutely what I want unequivocally.
Did a helicopter ride over in Tahoe, in Lake Tahoe.
It was gorgeous. Chemistry that we had feels really good, and that's what you want. If you have to work at it, it's just not, you're not the right couple.
Like he's like, oh, both sides, I think we're agreeing on a lot of things, so I think we can come to an agreement here. I think both sides are working well together and things are going to go well. He talks like he's executing a business plan and not in a, there's no emotion behind it, which there is, because I like Chock, and this is not a slight on him, but he talks like he's executing some kind of business operation, and it's really funny to me.
Do you guys have an early read on chemistry with Joan, like who you think is the best fit? I didn't really feel it until the Chock one-on-one. I felt like there might actually be something there.
Yeah, I think she kept emphasizing, I want someone to be fun and bring out their childlike qualities, which I'll be honest, she said, hey, Chock, you did a great job. I don't think he did.
So I've seen the kind of serious side, but I didn't know if he was going to be fun.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. I feel like he was like, oh, does this button go up? Does this button go down? And then
he eats multiple bowls of ice cream with no willpower. That's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
So quirky.
I mean, I'll bet there's a lot of that day that they just didn't show. Because she was raving. She was raving like every single moment of the day was great. Blah blah blah. Blah. It was probably a long ass day. So maybe we didn't see some things.
But
the initial spark was kind of there, I guess.
He said, Joan said, "Hey, you're a big Star Wars fan, right?" And he confirmed it. I don't think he's a big Star Wars fan because Joan was the one who pointed out, "Hey, that's R2D2." Chock did not give a fuck that that was R2D2. Joan also said, "Hey, look, it's the Millennial Falcon." And he was like, "Oh, cool, big ship." I don't think he knew what either of those things were. I think he lied.
So you're a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Look, here we are standing in front of the Millennium Falcon.
I know, it is
Isn't
so
this
cool.
crazy?
The Millennium Falcon. Look. Oh, here he comes.
It's R2D2.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't even remember that part. But
R2D2 scene made me feel a little uncomfortable. I had a little
Yeah.
secondhand cringe. I don't know why, but there was something about it that didn't go for me.
It seemed too staged. It seemed really too staged. Where I was like, all right, let them be. Yeah, I didn't like that scene either.
I think it was cringy because, again, Chock didn't know who R2D2 was. I wouldn't be shocked. Let's get into the dinner portion of that. Only note I have written down about that, Joan's light blue dress. Can we get some awoogas in the chat? Come on. Way to go. There we go. wait, hey, if we were Jonathan and we were rating dresses, that's a front runner.
Number one so far?
I think number one so far. I think I'm gonna release
Freeze
my
our
own
eyes.
Jen's dress ranking, by the way, because I don't agree with Jonathan's. But that's neither here nor there. What do you guys think?
He saw him in person, so.
All right, yeah, it's fair. What do you think of Chock's overall date, the end of that date, how we think that went?
They seem to connect, I think on a lot of like family values. I mean, I think a lot of people are saying like family's important, mainly because they know that like Joan left early to be with family. So it's kind of a layup, and they're old. So I guess family's all they have. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But it seemed to go well. I mean, she seemed really into him. But I guess that was also the first one I was. So
it felt mutual too. Like it felt like he also was feeling it. And if we're taking history from the Golden Bachelor, Teresa had the first one-on-one, and she ended up with the ring. So I don't know. Is there a trend? My gut says maybe.
Let's call it Bachelor data. Let's see. Our friend.
I totally forgot Teresa got that one-on-one.
Oh, I hated that one-on-one so much.
The milkshake one with
they did the what's it called?
diner.
The diner.
The dance
flash
where
mob.
you dance.
Flash
Flash mob. Yeah.
Oh, I hated that so much.
And Gary couldn't drive because the lights were out or something on the way.
They were
driving that bold.
Oh man, I forgot how much Gary sucks.
I can't wait till he literally comes back next episode.
Next episode.
We're gonna jump all over him. I'm not dealing with any of Gary's shit this episode because
Bring it
last
back
season
together.
we gave him a lot of leeway all season long until the final finale when he screwed over our girl Leslie. Now, once he's back, we have a full episode. We're just gonna tear into him because I'm over Gary. Cancel Gary. So do we think does Chock have a chance here? Is his ceiling winning? Could he win this thing?
He's got to be the front runner right now.
I think so as well. I predict final two, if not winner.
I love it.
I would be shocked if he wasn't final two.
All right. Let's move on to the talent show. Who's your favorite? What was the best talent? Which one stands out? 2 months from now, you're gonna think back to this talent show. What are you gonna remember?
Charles K punching straight through that karate board and drilling Greg in the sternum. That for sure is the highlight.
That was a good one. That was a great one.
Honestly, out of all the talent shows, it was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. There wasn't a lot of fun acts. I thought, who started with the comedy? Was it Greg?
It was Greg, yeah.
I like that little stand-up routine. That was, funny. Why didn't they have everybody there? I wanted to see Charles up there. What would King Charles do?
Oh man,
I don't know, but why couldn't we see everybody? There was some fun things. Obviously, Dan had a thing with with his hands and then with the twirlers. But I don't know, nothing special. Nothing really stood out, to be honest.
Kim hyped up his song. We got, it's like Edwina from Joey's season.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I appreciate the balls it takes to get up there and sing. Maybe don't do it if you're not a singer. Just like know your role in the team. You're not a singer. And Kim hyped it up like, hey, I wrote this song. It's gonna be awesome.
He should have
Pretty
gone the
mid.
spoken word route. I think he had good content. It was just the delivery needed a little help.
Yeah, super awkward kiss, by the way, at the end of that. When Joan stood up, hugged him, and like they just like banged faces for like 5 seconds. It's really tough to watch there.
That's what old people do, man.
I know the kisses somehow hit harder during this season. It's like I understand, not in a bad way. Cringe harder? I don't know. I phrased that
more
wrong.
more cringy.
Just I wonder that's how old people feel like when they're watching the normal Bachelorette, because people always say like, oh, I can't watch all this kissing all the time, which I don't really have a problem with during the Bachelorette, but for some reason I have a problem with it when they're 60 years old. It could be a me problem, but for some reason I just like it's harder for me to watch.
Well, it looked like in the preview we might be seeing some tongue action in the next
Oh.
episode from Pascal. So who knows how you'll feel about that, but
God forbid.
stay tuned.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna bring it up on this show, but noticeable lack of tongue.
No tongue
for these old people.
That's fair. They don't want their dentures to fall out.
Oh my
God. Sorry, Golden Geezers.
The only other highlight I think we're missing is Jack and his sock puppets.
Yeah.
Which he didn't need.
He didn't use them at all.
Awesome.
He was talking into the mic, just doing this every now and then.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Damn.
I did write down Cheryl Lewis sock puppet because he was like, the only time I've done sock puppet or seen sock puppet is Cheryl Lewis in the 70s or 60s. And I was like, I kind of want to look her up doing sock puppet because maybe it's just like what he did. And so if that's his impression of sock puppeting, he actually did it pretty well in his standards. But
the only sock puppet I can think of is, this might be too deep of a cut, High School Musical 2. The person who goes up on stage before Troy and Gabriella have their reconnection, and she's talking. She's like, "What if I won the Star Dazzle Award?"
Yeah.
Anybody?
No, I do
That's
remember
a
that.
real deep cut.
It's a deep cut. I don't know why. I think of sock puppet, I go straight to that. All right, let's hop into. Oh wait, I guess Dan. I liked what Dan did. Kim did not. I appreciate Dan incorporating his tremor and being vulnerable, which is exactly what Joan did on her season. She was very vulnerable and said, I don't have a talent, but I'm going to give this poem to Gary. So Joan, I think, was easily going to appreciate that more than any of the actual talents, which smart move by Dan there. He gets a rose at the end. I think I like Dan. I really do. I don't think there's a future there between those two, but I do like Dan.
Yeah.
I also like Dan. I don't know. I think I'm a little more optimistic of their potential future. But agreed, less convincing than other connections I've seen so far.
She was saying, like, I feel really comfortable in his arms and stuff when they were hugging at the end, which was cool. But, like, I don't know. I just can't picture it, you know?
Yeah.
Just from Dan and his, like, interviews, they just seem like they don't have this spark. I don't know.
It's like the eye test in, like, sports, right? If you close your eyes, imagine who's holding up the Lombardi Trophy. There's some teams or coaches or players you just can't see it with.
Justin Jefferson.
That's crazy. What are we doing? What are we doing, Mike?
You set yourself up for that one.
He's the greatest receiver, arguably of all time.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, haven't lost yet, Mike. How's your team? Drake May, bad. Drake May, very bad.
How's the franchise? I would say pretty solid.
Atrocious. It's the worst roster in the league. 3-0. 3-0. All right. Anyways, yeah, I don't know if I can close my eyes and envision Dan winning it all, but I've been wrong before. And then we wrap up the episode with the little dinner party. We talked about it. Everyone's making their own food, their own dishes besides Jack the chef. Jack's just out there doing his cannonballs, which we were hoping would be an actual storyline throughout like multiple episodes of like, oh, Jack's just not here for Joan. He's here for cannonballs. We did get enough cannonballs. I think it scratched my itch, but I could always use more cannonballs.
There's never enough cannonballs. It was very, I'm just here for the zip line energy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Guy said that line, and I know how he said that line to the camera. He's for sure a fan of Tim Robinson, and I think he should leave. So I tip my hat to Guy for that. Respect.
Love that. What'd you think of Gary and the photo he got of him and Joan? I love Gary.
I was kind of shocked. I didn't think he'd be kind of here this long. I thought he was a night oneer or week twoer. He's still here. We'll see about week 3. He's still in my hot seat, but we'll see. I mean, he's a good guy though, and he's funny. Like you said, he's kind of like the Hakeem, but not really. Hakeem was a little bit more Hakimi.
He was more Hakimi, yeah. I both Charles L and Gary I drafted on my team. I thought we're gonna go home night 1, but we're good locker room guys. They're stuck around 2 weeks. That's probably all she wrote for them, but they stuck around 2 weeks.
What we said about Hakeem, like he was the last pick of the draft, and somehow he got 3 roses. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to paradise, Charles and Gary.
Facts. That would be awesome.
They got to reinvent paradise somehow. They said this season's going to be the biggest and baddest ever. Let's bring some of the geezers on.
Who are we matching? I don't think any of the Golden Bachelor contestants are good enough for Charles, though. Like, no. I don't. Who's the fit there?
No, we gotta match up someone from Joey's season with Charles L. Who would be the funniest relationship? Leia. Leia and Charles L. would be unbelievable together.
Now I'm thinking of Sam M and like April. Sam M and April. I feel like Sam M could be into how do I put it? Moms.
Wait, who was the Zip It girl from Bachelorette?
Kathy.
Yeah, I think Kathy and Sam M could get along. No, Kathy and Thomas, because Kathy.
She would be taller than him.
We gotta stop making shots at Thomas. Thomas gets mad at us because we just start throwing strays. But I was gonna say Thomas needs an alpha in the relationship, like he had with Sam M.
Nice.
So,
I would like to see Charles with Lauren, the sister.
Okay, yeah. Why not both?
Wow,
why not both?
Why he gets both the sisters?
Younger than his daughters, probably.
Literally.
I think they've got good meshing personalities.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be a very funny video to make. Like, let's match up all the Golden Bachelorette dudes with Joey's season's cast and like match make them. Let's put that on the back burner. I'm probably
like this plan. Yeah, I think that'll be gonna have to.
Or with people from Gary's season, but either works.
That's not as fun. That makes too much sense.
But that would, spark the ABC.
True. Everyone zigs, we zag, Mike. That's what we do.
Sure.
All right, final points I had. If we're talking of Joan's dresses, I think the last dress she had for the rose ceremony, towards my bottom. She looked like the Wicked Witch of the West. Giant, poofy, green, neon. Wasn't a fan. That's towards my bottom.
It made Jordan audibly wow, though.
I think it was more of like a whoa. Like that was a big dress.
Yeah. It was ballsy. It was a lot for the eyes.
We'll have to go to the replay booth for his reaction.
Yeah. I think it's one of those dresses where it's so loud when you walk in, like just like by its presence, that you have to acknowledge it. Like if someone walks in with a very bold outfit, you're going to compliment it strictly because you have to draw attention to it because everyone's thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's one of those. And then, anyone, I have something that happened after the people went home, but anyone go home that you guys were surprised by?
I thought Boozy Bob had another week in him, to be honest. Just because they seemed to like talk a lot they showed him talking at the prom. That was clearly because ABC, wanted, I don't know. We'll see. But I thought Boozy Bob would stay.
I was hoping he would stay.
Yeah.
And
But,
losing Jack was not a surprise, but
It still hurt.
Still hurt.
Yeah. I mean, Boozy Bob's got to get back to his 27 lesbians and
a million martinis.
and Jack he's like, I'm cannonballed out. He's probably pretty sore. I was surprised by Christopher. I know we haven't seen much of him. I'm still probably just basing it off of his profile picture, which is the best promo pic maybe ABC's ever taken. He just looks so cool. So maybe I'm just projecting based off that, but I thought he could stick around a little bit longer.
He had a good yo-yo.
Yeah. Good out. Forgot about the yo-yo. All right, who's on the hot seat heading into week 3?
Let me look.
I know it's tough.
Are we talking hot seat like villain edit hot seat or hot seat lack of connection hot seat?
Hot seat, lack of connection, potentially most likely to go home.
Okay.
I'm gonna say. Ooh, I don't know. I'm
gonna say CK.
That's a good one. I thought he was gone this week, to be honest. When CK was announced that he got a rose, I thought that was it for our Charles. But
yeah,
thankfully, both of them stayed. I think him or who you got?
I got Gil. I think if Gil gets a third rose, I would be stunned.
Which do we know that we know the backstory on Gil?
We do.
So I'm guessing they cut his talent, to be honest. They didn't show him. He was on that date. They did. The producers did say that they were going to cut more of him out. They had a statement somewhere, or maybe I'm just reading that from a tweet. But I thought I saw that they were going to trim him down, his showtime, because people were mad that, hey, you got another dude with a restraining order out there. I'm guessing they cut his talent.
Classic.
I didn't even realize that he was on that date, but you were correct.
So again, people are calling me out because he is on my team and I drafted him. Listen, sometimes stuff doesn't show up in the pre-draft process, and you get him in the building. I think our culture can change him. Our team's culture can change him. I will work on it. Not ideal, but I'll work on it.
Maybe we should do background checks for ABC when we're doing PowerPoint days, because even though they've already filmed the thing and we could at least expose it before, a week or two goes by. But I don't know how to do a background check. We would have to find a dark website. Yeah, what?
We don't have the capacity to do background checks, Michael.
If we have the first and last name, can't you just be like Devin Schrader, restraining order? How did somebody find that? Somebody found the actual record.
Devin, Bachelorette, restraining order. Devin, Bachelorette, burglary. Devin, Bachelorette, arson. Just go through all the
over every single one.
They're nothing popped up. He's got to be good. He's clear.
We find out later it was for some strange
tax evasion. Unbelievable. All right. Anything else jump out from this episode? Any other notes we missed?
I did write down Jack saying when you're cooking a burger, you don't pat it down, because I was like, is that a thing? Because he's a professional chef or caterer. He would know better, but I feel like everybody pats down a burger, to get it on the grill to get the marks. But that's just one thing I thought.
I'm assuming it keeps the juices in. You don't pat it down.
Yeah.
So
I would trust him with my life when it comes to making burgers.
I think I would trust him with my life, period.
Yeah, that's honestly a valid point. He's got great energy. And the supercut at the end of him singing My Way and them showing all the guys going home, cinema.
Dude, I thought Bob was going to show up on the other side, and it would have been perfect. So they showed Christopher getting eliminated, and then Bob getting eliminated while he's still singing. And if Bob showed up and joined in, it would have been a masterpiece. It would have been the best piece of Bachelor. With the martini.
Yeah. I'm also convinced that Christopher has never heard My Way before. He did not.
He didn't know the lyrics. He didn't know the lyrics. It was so funny. Yeah, he only got, I think, the last word, way. Yeah. He only got way.
That's such a good point. Yeah, he definitely did not know those words. That's incredible. All right, Jonah, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it a ton. Maybe we'll get you on future episodes, get more recaps. We know you're a busy man. Thanks for all you do over at Bracketology. It's a reason we have our league, so we appreciate it a ton.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. And final note is that I would take multiple bullets for Charles L. So I'm right in the corner with you guys. That dude is potentially the best human on the planet.
No, he's a gem.
So I'm looking forward to what the future holds. Hopefully we get at least 2 more episodes with him. But if not, we will all enjoy our final run with him next Wednesday.
Yeah, I think we go into next week knowing it's a funeral and just enjoy our time. Enjoy those last moments with him. But yeah, Jonah, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you for watching. Make sure to like the episode, comment your thoughts, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.